Well, I really appreciate both of your time today and providing some updates on the state of a lot of different things happening at the graph ecosystem. We talked about the new core development partnerships, the state of curation, and the state of indexing. So I think the last question I want to ask is in relationship to what we should look for next, important milestones as we continue in the evolution of the graph. What are you guys looking for? What would you encourage delegators to look for?
I think, just from my sort of position where I sort of have a position working on relations at the foundation and on the council, something that I'm thinking about, and I know a lot of people at the foundation are thinking about, is transparency in the development process. So Martin in the foundation is championing something around this at the moment. There's this, in my opinion, there's this need for us, we've done very well. I think the founders and some of the leaders, Yaniv, Tegan, Eva, have done a very good job of sort of setting the culture and the ideologies maybe around what the graph is trying to achieve. But often after somebody's bought into that, they see the vision, their next question is usually, how are we going to get there, right? We've got these core dev teams now. They have some amazing technologies that they're bringing to the fore. So how do we get from this sort of, disjointed group of technologists into a homogeneous delivery machine, right? That's going to deliver a bunch of, improvements to the software. And I think that some of the initiatives that are going on in the foundation will help address some of that, such that, the core dev teams have all come to consensus on, what the roadmap might look like for the next, 6 to 12 months. So I think, whether you're a delegator or any other participant, stakeholder within the network, that's the type of thing I would be looking out for. We know where we want to go. We know how StreamingFast is going to improve the performance of indexing, which brings all kinds of second-tier effects to the network. We know that Figment are experts on many other networks, and they're going to be bringing accelerated multi-chain indexing to the network. But how do we get there? What does it really look like? And I think that's something that everybody should be looking out for in the near term. I imagine a lot of that will be communicated via the forums. If you look out for, there's an RFC in the forums from Alexander from StreamingFast, a really excellent piece of writing around StreamingFast's Firehose technology, which is the key really to increasing the speed of indexing. That's the start of the process. Look out for more of that. There's more coming from Figment. And then I would also be looking out for increased transparency around what the core devs are doing and what the big picture looks like from a technical point of view.
Well, to be honest, I think you've summed that up quite well, because I was going to say that I think what's most interesting is going to be exactly what you just talked about, the introduction of these two new big core dev teams and how they fit into the big picture, because for now all we've had is the original graph team, now known as Edge and Node, as kind of the center of development, and the thought leaders we kind of like look to for direction of the path to the vision, as it were. And I'm very interested in how the new teams are actually going to fit in to this, not only as far as development and their technical skills go, but also their thoughts on the vision and how to get there fits in with what we already have, and the community that's already been formed.
Yeah, that's a great point. The idea of the graph culture is building slowly. I think all of us feel it, and it's all well and good that we have these new teams on board, but how do we get all of those teams sort of getting to know each other, learning how to work with each other on a day-to-day basis? This is a relatively new paradigm that we're working in, right? There's no, I often when I'm talking to others about this, I talk about the fact that there's no HR function to sort of glue everything together, right? It's on all of us to help make that sort of thing happen, reaching out to the new teams, talking to them, getting to know who they are as individuals, that sort of stuff. So a big part of this, I think, is also, developing the graph culture. And I think you'll see that, happening more and more over time via all of the different communication channels as we go ahead.